One.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Untitled Hoops podcast, the podcast where we talk about mainly basketball, only basketball. Usually, sometimes we get into Marquise's football history, mainly the 76ers, of course, mainly the NBA. We are coming to you after a tumultuous,
Chaotic.
chaotic
Um, what's more words to describe crazy?
debacle of a playoff game.
Yeah. Sean, I am both angry, mad, happy, sad, and just all these emotions because like so much stuff
Yeah,
has happened during this game. Um,
yeah. We played against two teams tonight.
we definitely did. Like, we definitely did. But god damn it, Tyrese Maxey, bro.
I
Tyrese
know, right? I
fucking
know.
Maxey, bro.
Uh-huh.
Like that should be the podcast. We should literally come on here. You do the intro. I say Tyrese Maxey, and the fucking video just goes off.
Yeah.
Like it,
Tyrese fucking Maxey.
Tyrese fucking Maxey, bro. Like
He held it down.
for those who haven't watched the game, why are you listening to this if you didn't watch the fucking? But like for those who haven't, James
I mean, I
Harden.
didn't watch the game.
Yeah, well, you didn't. Yeah,
technically,
that is
technically,
crazy. That's crazy to me because this
I was
was
cooking dinner. I was making dinner, so I wasn't really able to watch the game because I can't watch it on my phone, and I don't have a TV in my kitchen because I'm not rich. But yeah, I wasn't. I didn't watch the game, but I was keeping up with the play by play. Checking in on it while I was cooking, and I saw. I was watching the play by play on NBA.com, which I love because it's super. It's pretty like
real time.
uh yeah, like it's in real time, but it's also really specific. Like it'll tell you who made a shot, how far they made the shot from. Like it'll say Tyrese Maxey step back three, 26 feet. Joel Embiid assists. Joel Embiid 4 assists. And it's like all that
Okay,
information coming up
everything you
live.
need. Everything you need.
Yeah, exactly. So I was paying attention to that. So uh I got a pretty good idea of what was happening, but just looking at that I knew I was like, yeah, this is a weird ass game.
Listen,
Seeing some of the calls,
terrible fucking calls.
seeing some of the first of all, let's start off with this. In what universe does an NBA team in a playoff game have only like 3 fouls
Bro, they didn't
in,
get
in the
no.
entire second half?
Bro, they didn't have no fouls called on them in the third quarter.
None.
There's no fucking way you're on a team. You're playing against Joel Embiid. And you don't
On
get
a
no fucking.
playing against Joel Embiid.
Who literally finds them? He literally finds them. Like they're not there. He finds the foul. Like it's no fucking way. And on top of
Joel
that,
Embiid and James Harden. I'm sorry, I forgot about that.
yes, yes. And then
You're
you
playing
got
against Joel
and then you
Embiid and
got
James Harden.
and then you got
You didn't
Maxi
commit a single foul in the third
and then you
quarter,
got Maxi
and like
constantly driving
three in the
towards the
third
rim.
in the fourth quarter.
Right.
Yeah,
And you have Maxi constantly driving towards the rim. Like there's
yeah.
ain't no fucking way. All right.
There's no way.
All right.
Meanwhile, Joel Embiid has 5 fouls,
Right.
and Harden gets ejected. What? Like what
Dog,
happened?
this is what they were talking about. They were saying this was the makeup flagrant two foul because they felt like they should have did it with Joel, so
For
they did it.
Joel,
They
yeah.
did it for
But at
James.
the
It's
same
like what the
time,
fuck, bro?
Joel kicked. I watched that. I saw that little highlight because, of course, that was everywhere. And before I even get into that, Chuck Charles Barkley at halftime saying that was worse than Draymond Green literally stomping on Sabonis's chest. I don't know what the fuck Charles Barkley was watching. I don't know if he thinks Joel kicked Claxton in the nuts, but he didn't.
No,
He actually kicked him in his
he
back.
bro, he's a soccer player, bro. If he wanted to kick him in his nuts, he would kick
He
him
would
in
have
his
kicked him
nuts.
in his nuts.
He would have kicked him in his
Like
nuts.
he kicked him in basically his butt,
Yeah, it
and
was
it
like
wasn't even a
lower,
hard
not lower, but like higher,
like
leg
lower
area.
back.
Yeah, you know where
and,
he
and
wanted
it
to kick him
wasn't even a hard kick.
because like
It
it
was
wasn't.
basically a get the fuck off of me kick.
You ever so like in wrestling, I don't know if you watch wrestling, Sean. There's a thing called a receipt. Basically, kind of like if a wrestling, obviously wrestling's fake, but like if somebody does some shit too hard, the person who's on the recipient would give them a receipt, basically telling him to slow the fuck down. So like if
Yeah,
if you're doing some shit and you actually really hit me, I'm gonna really hit you back, and as a sign of you're doing too fucking much.
You're doing too much. Yeah.
Basically, that's what Joel
Yeah.
did. He basically was, you set the tone. You set the tone. Listen, you're not going to do that shit. And I did not
Yeah.
know there's something called the Tyronn Lue rule that if you step over a player on a dead ball
You
situation,
get attacked.
you get attacked. I never knew that. I never knew that.
Yeah.
Because that was a live ball situation.
And he got a second tech as well after he dunked on him. Like,
Dickhead.
and the crazy thing is, like, how did, like, all this is happening, and yet Joel's the only one with 5 fouls, and
Right.
Harden gets ejected.
Listen, this I also,
What is, like,
but it's the refs, bro. The refs was like, all right, let's do something. So let's even it out. Okay,
Bro.
Oh, he's taunting. Yeah, he gotta go. He gotta go. All right, now we evened it out. We evened it out, guys. Even though one player is way
Ridiculous.
better than the other one, like,
ridiculous.
and
It
it's
was ridiculous.
it's crazy. Like the actual talk about the play of the game. The play, it was an ugly game. It was a very ugly game. We had like
Yeah.
10-point lead going into the third quarter. They immediately erased that. And then they took a lead. They had a lead for a little while. Until like the fourth quarter. I think fourth quarter is when we finally took the lead back. It was kind of a pull and push type of game, whereas like they can't. They can get a 5-point lead, but it was like after they got that lead, they could not make shots. Where it was like for the Sixers, it was like literally, if you could string a couple stops together, you're going to get right back to the game, and that's what happened.
Yeah.
And something I would like to point out, because it's crazy how history repeats itself. Game 3 against Brooklyn, Jimmy got, it was like 2018, Jimmy got ejected, and the Sixers
Yeah.
still found a way to win. And it's crazy
Yep.
how history has repeated itself. And also,
Yeah.
even without James, we should be able to beat this team. And it's like legit. We're at a point where like that was the Brooklyn Nets' best game,
Yep.
the best
Yeah.
game they played, and they still fucking lost.
We took their best shot. It's honestly, every playoff series has that, even if it's a sweep. Every playoff series has a game where the team that's down just throws everything at you in one game. And if you can pull it out, it's going to be a very, very close game. And if you can't, then that's going to be their one win.
Yeah,
Like in every gentleman's sweep series, that one win is the ugliest fucking game for the team that ends up actually losing this series.
but
Or
shit like this we
if
need though.
it's an actual sweep, there's always one game. Usually it is game 3 where the team that's
For
down
us?
2-0 like just throws everything at them, and then like game 4, if they lose again, game 4 is like, all right, it's over. Like nobody cares anymore.
For us, it's normally one of the first 2 games. Like when we like have done the
Yeah.
gentleman shit, it was normally one of the first 2 games. I think Miami,
Yep.
first time we went to the playoffs, Miami, we split the games. I think we won the
Yep.
first one. They won the
Dwayne
second one.
Wade had that fucking
had that
crazy
game.
game 2.
Had that crazy game. I think Joel gets injured. They
Yeah.
still find a way to win. It's just these games you need because like Boston's not being tested.
Yeah.
You know, you need to be tested.
Even our first like when we faced Brooklyn in the first round and we gentlemen sweep them, like D'Angelo Russell went off, like
that was a game 1, yeah.
yeah, so it was like there's always one game, and usually the team that is the lesser team tries to get it early.
Because when you think about it, for now with this they didn't suffer it, but like the play-in situation, how that could benefit a team in a play-in because the other team has a week off.
Yep.
And you just play the game, that can like help you. But like the reason I'm saying this, like we should wrap this shit up, like not play around. There was people saying you need to rest Embiid. You should rest Embiid the 4th game because one, you're up 3-0. This is their reason for it because Joel was grabbing his leg a lot. But that's what I'm saying. If he goes there and they finish the job, then you got some time. You have some time.
Yeah.
It's not like once the Boston series is done and the Sixers series is done, they're immediately going to play. No, there's a date for that to happen. That's not, you know what I mean? They would still have to wait until that date, until everybody else is finished, before they start the next series.
Yeah.
So even then, it wouldn't matter. But like going to Brooklyn, that one last game ended the first sweep I think we've had in Joel Embiid's era. They always give up one, but the first sweep, go out there, finish it, let them go. You know they're gonna be throwing everything. But like the Sixers are kind of
Yeah.
in a win-win situation, where it's like I want them to sweep by all means. I want them to sweep. I want this to be over. I want them to get rest up, healthy. Joel's already grabbing at his leg. I don't want this shit. I don't want no bullshit. Like I want a healthy Joel Embiid going into the next series because we need it.
Yeah.
They're not going to be doubling like the Nets are. They're going to play him one on one. We need him to be as healthy as possible because we don't
They
go.
literally can't afford to double.
Yeah, they can't afford. Also they don't need to. They also don't
Well,
need to.
yeah, they don't need
They're
to.
going to send some, especially if he gets it going. But they don't need to. They got Robert Williams. They got Al Horford, and those guys are too prideful to let them double. In a
Yeah.
way, like it's like I don't need it. Even though Joel is probably going to average 30, but still there is going to be some times, but it's not going to be like they were doubling today. They were doubling Joel before he even got the ball. Like they.
Well, the thing about the Boston series though is that they have a legit second star. They have Jalen Brown,
Mm-hmm.
whereas the Sixers' second and third options can be a little bit iffy sometimes. So they can afford to let Joel go off because him and Jason Tatum are going to virtually cancel each other out. The question is who's going to be able to keep up with Jalen Brown.
I would say this is the series. This is the series, bro. Like we've talked about it, where you need Tobias Harris to possibly come off the bench.
Yeah,
You possibly need that. Put
yeah,
Jalen McDaniels in at the 4. He can run around. You're not losing anything defensively. If anything, you're gaining something. Length, athleticism. Like not saying Toby doesn't have it, but like we need that. They literally
yeah.
have the 6 man in the year.
We need Toby scoring more than his defense
Right.
right now.
Malcolm Brogdon literally just won the 6 man a year. So not only do
Yeah,
you have one of the best starting fives, you also have a competent bench with Malcolm Brogdon and Derek White could have fucking won 6 man a year. Al Horford. I mean, he's probably more of a starter now. Probably cancel himself out, but like still, like they have all these guys that's going to be constant, like just terror. But like
yeah,
I feel like if there's any season to do it, this is the season because like Joel Embiid is
yeah.
different, bro. That Joel Embiid should carry them over the Celtics. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be very fucking ugly. But I feel like this we have to like we this is our Detroit Pistons.
Yeah.
Like this is our moment. If we get through this, like if we get through the Celtics, I'm guaranteeing the championship. Like I just feel that way.
I think so let's expand for a moment because we talked last episode about I was saying like in this playoffs everything looks like pretty good matchups and I don't see any sweeps. So right now we're actually split. There's four teams or there's four series that are 1-1 and then there's four series where one team hasn't won a game yet. Our series we're up 3-0. Then there's Boston and Atlanta. Boston is up 2-0. Denver and Minnesota. Denver's up 2-0 and then Sacramento Golden State. Sacramento's up 2-0.
I for,
I still don't I still think that and this sucks because obviously it's the two teams that are going to have to face each other in the second round. I honestly think us and Brooklyn and then Boston and Atlanta are the only two possible sweeps.
yeah, and it's crazy because I said even I went further than that, and I was like, "There's no team that's going to be swept." Like I said, there was no
Yeah.
team that was going to be swept. But you look at Denver. Denver offense just overpowers the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
Brooklyn, no matter what they do, they're literally playing fucking Jordan Rule basketball on Joel Embiid and still are fucking finding a way to lose. Like,
Yeah.
listen, if we go back to the Brooklyn game, everything was given to them. The
Yeah.
fouls, the ejections, like everything was given to them. The momentum, it was home court,
Yep.
everything, and you
But
still found a
here's
way to fucking lose. It's crazy.
because here's the thing, and this is how you can point to talent being the savior or being the end all be all in most NBA games. They were he had the advantage in fouls, turnovers, right? We had our best player who was getting doubled and ended up with 5 fouls, and our second best player who was ejected. However, in all of that, we still had more possessions than them. We had a better field goal percentage, a better 3-point percentage, and more points in the paint.
because
And that just goes to show that we just had the talent. Like,
can you
even given everything else, the talent just overcomes.
it's kind of like the Avengers scene when there's like they have like all these robots and like Robert Downey Jr. goes, but we have a
But we
Hulk.
have a whole yeah,
But we have a Hulk.
yeah,
And then
exactly.
I think Tyrese Maxey and like obviously we're looking forward. Boston's only up 2-0, so anything can happen there. But like we think, that's going to be, over soon. And also us 3-0. Nobody's ever come back to 3-0, so we can start talking about next round.
Hmm.
Um, Tyrese Maxey is going to be pivotal. Like I
Yeah,
think James Harden
yeah,
is going to be shut down from a point of the length there, and like I think Brooklyn didn't know what to do with it. And what surprises me with Brooklyn is they have the recipe that Toronto had in terms of the length, doubling Joel,
yeah,
and it's like they just couldn't do it. It was like something there that was constantly like not happening, and it was like you have the
yeah,
potential to do it, and it's just like you're not doing it. Cause like I look at the Toronto
yeah.
team, and then I look at the um the Brooklyn the Nets, and I go, there's a lot of similarities where they can like take them out, like they can limit Joel, and it's like they have been
Yeah.
limiting Joel, but it's like at the end of the day, you look up, Joel has 3 points at the half, and then he finishes his game with 20, and it's like, it's
Well,
very
I
weird.
think one thing that sorry, go ahead.
No, no, you got it.
I was gonna say I think one thing that you could possibly point to is experience. Because remember when we played Toronto last year, a lot of the players on that team are still remnants of, with the exception of maybe Scotty Barnes. I mean Pascal Siakam, Fred Van, like on that team, OG Anunoby. A lot of them have championship like finals experience, along with Nick Nurse, their head coach. With the Brooklyn Nets, they don't really have that same experience. A lot of them are actually younger and like newer to the NBA, as far as like Cam Johnson and
But you got,
Nick Claxton.
but this is what I would say about Cam Johnson, Mikal Bridges, Royce O'Neal. They've all been like Cam Johnson and Mikal Bridges have been to the finals. Um, what's his name?
True.
Spencer Dinwiddie had just came off last year going to the Western Conference Finals with and during Finney Smith, they was in the Western Conference Finals with the Mavericks last year. So like they have
That's
the
true, but they're
experience.
also young.
They're also new. You can
They
throw
have
that in
the
there.
experience, but they don't have the experiences like how can I explain this? They haven't done it multiple times
Yeah,
yet.
this is a new team still. So give credit
Yeah.
to where it is.
And
Claxton,
they're new together.
yeah, they're new together. That's what I was saying. Like they're a new team just put together at the trade deadline. And
Yeah.
for what it's worth, because this series is coming to an end soon. Hopefully next game we can just put them out their misery. For what it's worth, the Nets don't fuck this up. Like don't
Yeah.
do a Kevin Durant Kyrie situation just because you're fucking greedy, bro. Let these motherfuckers grow.
Yeah.
Mikal Bridges, like legit, there's times where I go like, that's Jason Tatum, bro. Like that, like
Hmm.
his way of scoring, his just like he doesn't quit. Like that could be your Jason Tatum. Cam Johnson, he's gonna
Yeah.
find his three consistently. That could be your Jalen Brown in some sorts. Like they do have a lot of pieces. Do not fuck this up, bro.
And they still have Cam Thomas.
Cam Tom, I there's no reason Cam Thomas shouldn't start next year or get like or be in the rotation consistently.
Yeah.
Like, cause
And
like
Nick Claxton. Like they have guys.
yeah, and it's like obviously the shit talking out the way. We got our shit talking because they can't do shit with Joel. But like at the same time, it's like, bro, this team is solid though. Like, don't fuck it up. It's just
It's so weird because we've seen this like 5 times now in like the past decade,
yeah, and then they fuck it
where
up.
like a team has a pretty good young core and then they throw it all away for 2 old stars or a couple like old star players, and then they have to rebuild again once those older star players can't get it done. Like we saw with Boston and Brooklyn, where Boston sent Paul George and Kevin Garnett, or I'm sorry, Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett to Brooklyn to pair with Joe Johnson and
Darren
Darren
Williams,
Williams, and that
Brooke
didn't work out.
Lopez. Yeah,
Right, Brooke Lopez. That didn't work out. They have to start all over again. And it's like Brooklyn's done it like twice. This is their third time actually. And then even LA, like LA did the same thing. They did the Kobe and Dwight thing.
but
That didn't work.
I expect this more from a Los Angeles team, the Lakers team, than I would expect for. They're not a small market, but they give a very small market vibe. Whereas though they can't really get
Yeah.
people to come to them, so when they do get someone to come, they just jump on it rather than like
But you know,
let this rock out.
but you know why though? It's because number one, Kobe's gone, and number two, the Clippers are good now. Ever since like the Blake Griffin, Chris Paul era Clippers, like the Lakers have not been the team. And when you think about, like, I think players are starting to put it in their heads that like I want to play in LA. That doesn't necessarily mean I have to play for the Lakers. Plus, being a part of the first Clippers championship would actually probably be better for my legacy than just adding another championship to
I
LA's
I think
to the Lakers.
with the emergence of the Kings, obviously the Warriors are still intact. I think players are just going. I want to play in California versus I want to go to the Lakers. I
Yeah.
just feel
I
like
mean, we heard Ben Simmons literally say, "Send me to California."
like it was just like, I don't know. I don't care which one. Just pick me, send me out there.
Yeah.
And he's on the bench now, and like bro, like it's like it was a play. It was after the Claxton play, and they're showing the Joel kick and the Claxton stepping over him. They showed it was like the clip, and like Joel was talking, and Joel looked towards the bench and like been like bro,
Looked away.
it like he looked away, bro. I was like, what the fuck? What did Joel do to this man? like, it was like he was like,
That's like Kobe and Dwight.
it's like kid getting his hand stuck in the fucking cookie jar, and like somebody coming down, and you're like, oh,
Oh
whoa,
my god.
hey, don't do this.
But yeah, I think the Lakers, because if you think about it, like if you go back and look, like Boston, I mean Brooklyn is one thing. They had a good team. They had a good young team that was emerging. Like, but for the most part, that was the product of just like rejected other players from other teams.
The
If you
land
look
of
at
mystery and
LA,
stories.
you're right. But if you look at LA, the young core that they had at the same time and where
Ingram
those players are now,
and what they're doing now, but they got one back.
Brandon Ingram,
they got one
they
back.
got one back. They got one back, and
And
he's
he's
helping a lot.
terrible. He's fucking terrible, dude. Like legit, there was a play.
No,
Uh,
he's not terrible. He's
bro,
better. He's better for them than Westbrook was.
bro, Westbrook's balling right now. Westbrook is
But
fucking
Westbrook's in a
balling.
situation that's good for Westbrook though. When he was with the Lakers, that wasn't good for him.
But look, bro, it was
They
legit.
were bringing him off the bench.
It was a legit a play when fucking Bron kicked it out to D'Angelo Russell. He fucking clinks a three like a bad miss. Bron gets a rebound. He's posting up. He's looking around. He sees D'Angelo Russell open, and he looks at him, and he just takes it and tosses it to the hole. He's like, bro, I'm not doing this shit again. And I didn't see D'Angelo
But,
Russell the entire time. And the fucked up part about it, and I'm gonna let you go and see your shit. They had D'Angelo Russell
but
mic'd up. They had him mic'd up. And he's like, he's all on the bench. It's all on the bench, bro. I lied to you that it's all him on the bench trying to get people riled up.
that makes sense.
It's crazy as hell, bro. Go back into your what you were saying.
Well, I was gonna say D'Angelo Russell, uh, Jordan Clarkson, Julius Randle, Larry Nance, Kyle Kuzma, which I mean you can add that or not if you want, doesn't really matter. Uh, let's see who
I
else.
probably wouldn't.
Lonzo Ball.
I probably wouldn't add Kyle Kuzma because he won a championship with them, so probably not.
Okay. No, you don't want to add Kyle Kuzma?
Well, because he repped the benefits of being with LeBron, so like he saw it through. I would say.
Okay. Well, I'm just naming all the players that they had on the team at the same time.
Oh yeah, okay.
Kyle Kuzma, Lonzo Ball, and Brooke Lopez.
Who was like starting to develop that 3-point ball.
Yeah. Like Brooke Lopez, champion. Lonzo Ball, injured a lot, but one of the better
Defenders,
like
playmakers,
two-way point guards in the league.
turn this 3-point shot
D'Angelo
around.
Russell has been an all-star. He's again injuries, he's going up and down. Julius Randle, most improved player. Jordan Clarkson, sixth man of the year. Brandon Ingram, if he can be healthy for an entire year, possibly an all-star. Like Kyle Kuzma is a starter on almost any team.
Did you see the Dinwiddie versus Kuzma shit?
Yeah,
Bro,
I
that is
did.
hilarious. Like Kuzma killed this man. Like he like killed this man. And then at the end he says, "Let's go Sixers." Like, bro, the petty and he brought out like he did it literally by himself, made a whole
Yeah.
entire thread of
Yep.
just killing this man. And said, "Bro, yeah, and
Yep.
I'm about to get the bag." So like, what are you talking about? And listen, bro,
Go
Kuz,
Sixers.
you when it comes to the Sixers, bro, you swap you out, they get Tobias Harris. You know, can you make a corner three?
I don't know about that.
Can you make a
We'll
corner
see.
three? Just shoot the corner threes. That's it.
But yeah, like it's astonishing. Like the amount of pieces that LA gave up for one Mickey Mouse championship
Listen, bro.
in a we'll see how long it goes run this year.
But would you say the? Well, I probably wouldn't say that. Never mind. Because I was about to say,
Would that it was worth it? No.
no, no, no. I'm
No, I
saying
wouldn't.
the Raptors did something similar. With
Well,
they
not
gave
exactly.
they gave up on somebody who wanted to be there, got a championship, and now they're going to the off season where they're really about to blow it up, even though it's been
I
like a
wouldn't
couple years
even
later.
I wouldn't even consider that the same thing. And here's why. The Raptors more or less went player for player. They literally traded DeMar DeRozan and I think Jakob Poeltl.
And they got Jakob back.
Yeah,
This-
and then
this
they got
is-
Jakob Poeltl back.
This is the year
They
of the
traded DeMar
return.
DeRozan and Jakob Poeltl to the Spurs for uh Danny Green and Kawhi Leonard. Danny Green ended up leaving. He's a role player. It is what it is. They got Jakob Poeltl back, and they won a championship with Kawhi. They still, after Kawhi left, had every other piece in their core. They still had Pascal. They still had Kyle Lowry. They still had OG. Like they still had everybody else. LA gave up literally almost everybody in their young core and all of their draft picks for
Next,
Anthony Davis.
on some petty shit, next game, Sixers fans, we got to chant Kyle was right. Every time Dinwiddie steps on the free throw line. Or just chant Kuzma.
Yeah, Kuzma.
Just chant Kuzma, bro. Because, like, Jesus Christ, bro. He's been... Wait, where's his splits? I just saw his splits. He's averaging, like, 15 points a game on 39% shooting from the field.
Dinwiddie?
Yeah. He's shooting 39% from the field, bro.
That's not good.
That's terrible.
That's not good at all.
This fucking terrible. Ew. Ew. Fucking nasty. Yuck. Come to the Sixers. I'm just started fucking recruiting everybody. Damn, that's terrible
Anybody,
basketball.
everybody.
Come to the Sixers. You're a fucking bum. You're a bum ass bum. Come to the Sixers. Did you see Damian Lillard was at the game?
At our game?
He was at the game in Brooklyn dapping up some of the Sixers, man.
What?
Hey.
What is he in Brooklyn for?
Hey, he came to go see me.
But at this point, do we want Lillard? If we win a championship this year, do we want Lillard? And if so, what do we give up? Harden?
If we win the championship this year, I think the Sixers go. Even if Harden walks, I think they just go Embiid and fucking Maxey. Bet on Maxey to become the All-Star, which I think Maxey's due for an All-Star season next year. Every year he's gotten better. I think you just bet on Maxey at that point.
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, I don't know how I feel about losing the league assist leader.
This is the whole thing. I feel like if we lose Harden, I think they trade Tobias, and
Yeah.
I think they just like replace them with like pieces that fit. Like I would see them go out there and get like a playmaker who's probably not like a James Harden, not a star level guy, but just a playmaker who play defense and hit occasional three. Like you could just fill your team with like a whole bunch.
That sounds like Lonzo Ball.
I would not touch Lonzo Ball with a 10-foot.
I wouldn't either. I wouldn't either. But who else?
I want him
who else
to.
fits that description that you can think of that might be available.
All right, let me check free agents.
I can't think of anybody.
Give us Fred VanVleet.
You said defense?
Fred VanVleet played defense. He's just small, so like it doesn't work all the time. Like he tries, but that motherfucker
JJ
tries.
Redick defense.
Man, come on, get Kyrie. Kyrie here. We can play Kyrie. Kyrie can play some defense.
No.
If we're playing James Harden, this motherfucking magically could play fucking defense.
Kyrie's not even as good of a playmaker.
So
and they're both bad on defense.
Here's the top 10 free agents at the point guard position. Kyrie Irving, we already ruled that out. Fred VanVleet,
no.
Never, no. There's I'm not even saying.
There's
names.
Nobody.
Wait, can we? What about the two guards? Is there any two guards that can play make, or let Joel Embiid be the point guard? He's wanted to be a point guard.
Oh my God.
Let him be the point guard.
That's his reward for bringing a championship to the city.
You get to be a point guard now.
You get to fuck around for a year.
You just get to fuck around with no expectations.
For a year, yeah.
Just fuck around, bro. Like, just play around, Oh, okay. Yeah, there. I wouldn't be mad if
there's nobody.
There's nobody. There's nobody.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was about to say Ricky Rubio, but then again,
now here's what I was thinking. And this is all going to depend on how the rest of these playoffs play out, obviously. If Miami gets eliminated in the first round, I would throw Tobias, the 2029 pick, and Furkan at Miami for Jimmy.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah.
I think Miami would do that.
Wait, did you say
if Jimmy specifically asks out and they have to move him, I think Tobias, the 2029 pick, unprotected, and either Furkan or Shake. Well, Shake's unprotected. He's a unrestricted free agent. Either Furkan or I know Furkan or maybe Jaden Springer, or both. Fuck it, I don't care. Because Jimmy's making more money than Tobias now.
No, they're making the same amount of money.
No, they're not. No, Jimmy's making $45 million next year.
Oh, but this is still. Oh well, I guess
Jimmy got an extension.
No, because I'm still thinking about this year. That's why I'm not. I'm thinking about.
Yeah, I'm talking about next year.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but yeah, next year he do because next year is Tobias' last year.
Yeah.
On the Sixers.
Yeah.
Do you think they resign him?
$35 million.
Do you think they resign him?
I mean, if you listen, he's already got his bag. Obviously, if you're gonna resign him, you got to be like, hey, Tobias, we did you a salad. You need to do us a salad. Go ahead and we're gonna cut this salary in half, buddy.
We're gonna cut it in half, and then we're gonna divide by 2.
Cool, $15 million. you and PJ.
But Toby's like, if you see, this is the thing. This is why I would probably look into trading or letting Tobias Harris walk, is because if Tobias he's worth 20, 25 million a year, but we don't play him the way he needs to be played, meaning it will never look like that contract is worth it.
Well, here's the thing. I agree with you, but that 20 to 25 million a year is not on a winning team. So if you want to stay here on the team that you, depending, like I said, on how the playoffs go, may or may not have just won a championship with, and that you've been here for the past 5 years already, you're going to have to take a pay cut. It's going to have to be a big pay cut.
Yeah.
Or you can go start over somewhere else and get your money, but you're probably not going to win. So are you cool with just one championship, or do you want to stay in a situation that you're comfortable in where you can possibly win more and you just only make $15 million a year instead of 35?
Bro.
Like it's one of those things where it's like, if it's about the money, if you have just no attachments to the city of Philadelphia or this team and you don't care about winning another championship, you got one, you're good. You want to go and make your money and possibly be an all-star on a team that's not going to do shit, then yeah, go somewhere else, because we're not giving you $25 million a year.
Yeah, especially with Tyrese Maxey coming up, and they're going to give him everything because he fucking deserves it. He fucking deserves it. Like, give that man, let go. Because, one, they're going to pay Tyrese Maxey everything, not only because of what he's done, but also if shit hits the fan and we don't succeed, and like everything is like Joel that wants out or like something that like that.
Yeah,
Tyrese Maxey is now the building block.
exactly,
So
exactly.
that's why you pay him for both reasons.
So I mean, you can't you can't offer Tobias another amazing
Hell no,
deal.
fuck
Even if
no.
it's less, even if it's 25, that's still too much. That's it's not, and it's not to say that it's not worth it, but it's too much that we can't pay that. Not when we have Tyrese, not when we have James Harden, who might, want an extension because
Mm-hmm.
next year he's going what, like one and then a player option.
Say it again.
Does he have a player option?
Who? Tobias?
No, James.
Oh, he does have a player option, but most likely he's opting out.
So with that plus Tyrese plus half of our team are free agents, we can't afford to give you $25 million.
Yeah, because like
So yeah,
unless like so I'm looking at the free agent pool and like because like somebody's gonna want to pay George,
yeah,
especially this is the thing for us. Winning a championship is both good and terrible.
yep,
It's good on the behalf that we finally get it. We finally over the hump. Joel, I have like dreams of Joel like with the final shirt on, holding a championship. But also because of that run, it's most likely because others stepped up, which means
yeah.
those others want to get paid, which means we're possibly going to lose them.
We
Like
did the same thing with Toronto when we took Danny Green.
yeah, like we
Miami did the same thing with Milwaukee when they took PJ Tucker.
we just wanted
Like
them.
it happens every year.
We yeah, but Miami. The thing with Miami and Danny Green that I think was separated. Los Angeles was kind of on that fire cell where they were
No,
trying to
you
do
mean
shit.
Miami and PJ?
I mean, yeah, no. Miami did some nut shit. No, Milwaukee did some nut shit. I'm sorry, it was Milwaukee
Yeah.
who did some nut shit because they wasn't trying to play PJ, and PJ was like, "All right, fuck y'all, I'm taking this ring," and then he went to Miami, and then Miami wanted to resign PJ, but PJ wanted to come out here because one James Harden, Daryl Morey. Also, I think he's invested in the Union.
And we could offer him more money, right?
No, no,
No?
no. If for
I
them,
thought Tyler.
no, because they probably wouldn't have resigned Victor Oladipo.
Oh, okay.
Victor Oladipo was kind of like their
Okay.
like
Yeah, you're right.
we kind of they were that was their Tobias Harris, Victor Oladipo.
Yeah.
It was like, well, we kind of lost the other guy, so come on back, buddy. Like that's literally, and you know what's crazy? I wouldn't mind Victor Oladipo on the team. I wouldn't mind it. I'm just like trying to put a team together in my head. So, cause like I feel like we're Shake
What?
is, huh? Are you talking?
Shake is what?
I said Shake is gone. Like Shake, this is probably Shake.
Shake is gone.
Yeah, Shake
Yeah.
is gone. Jalen McDaniels, you're bringing back because you didn't trade him to not
Yeah.
fucking bring him back. And he's going to be possibly cheap. Um, he dunked today.
What about Trez?
Oh, he has a player option. He's going to opt in.
Oh, okay.
Daniel House has a player option. He's going to opt in. But like
Yeah.
for what's being said about them, if they opt in, it's a bad thing and a good thing because they're likable guys in the locker room.
Yeah.
So like it's cool because of that. Furkan got to go, just because it's like bro's asked for a trade 2 straight years, and you've just fucking ignored him.
Yeah.
It's like bro,
I want to be traded. Furkan, you're crazy. Go get some shots up.
go ahead. We're gonna listen.
There's bagels in the cafeteria. Go ahead and grab one.
They're just denied this man over and over again. But yeah, like I don't want to talk about the end of the season when we. I don't know why I do this. I just like to talk about the future before we even get there, bro. For all I know, the fucking
Yeah.
Nets fucking come back, be the first fucking team, and I'm like, oh fuck, bro, what the fuck?
There are several scenarios in which I can see myself not being a Sixers fan anymore.
What is that? Trading?
That's
Tyrese
one of
Maxey?
them.
Trading Tyrese
Trading Tyrese Maxey, losing a 3-0 lead. Not 3-1, 3-0.
3-0, yeah.
And if that whole Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid feud ended with Joel getting traded, I think I probably would have stopped being a Sixers fan at that point too.
Bro. Bro. Where did just oh
What
fuck
happened?
fuck I just refreshed my page. Someone it's crazy because it was just like what we were
What?
talking about, but I just refreshed it and it fucking went away. It was like dream scenario. It's that dream scenario. Sixers it was like Sixers win a championship. Joel it was like something like Joel gets injured, sits out all next year. We have our pick. We get the first overall pick, trade it, and get Damian Lillard. Bro, how's that a dream scenario though?
I don't think that's a dream scenario.
It's not a dream. That's hell, bro.
I mean, it's a, it's not the worst scenario. It's similar to what happened with the Warriors,
Yeah. And then they came
but
back and won the championship.
yeah, like it's, but that's not a dream
I think
scenario.
is that what they? It's probably what they were alluding to. Because literally, they had that 1 year, and then immediately once everybody got healthy, they won a championship.
Well, I mean, it's happened before. It happened to the Spurs too, when they got David Robinson and they were really
Yeah.
good, and then David Robinson got injured, and then they ended up with, the number one draft pick and got Tim Duncan.
If there was,
So
any
it's
year,
happened before.
if there were any year to do that, that would have to be last year that we won a championship. And then Joel got injured, and then we
Even
got Wemby. That'd be fucking
I
crazy.
think the Rockets did that too. They got Ralph Sampson, and then he got hurt, and then the next year I think they got or maybe the year after that, I can't remember. They got Hakeem Olajuwon.
Yeah, bro. Like this is it's stupid. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I even read that. I'm sorry that I even put that bad vibe out there. Please, Joel, stay healthy. Please stay healthy
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah, I mean it's tough because when you think about a lot of the top picks in the past few years, a lot of them have for whatever reason gotten injured. Like Cade Cunningham was injured a lot. Of course, Ben Simmons and Markelle Fultz. But even, I mean, shit, Joel Embiid. Like a lot of the top players in like the top 5 have ended up getting injured for whatever reason. You know,
Speaking
even
of injured, fucking Kawhi.
this year, what was his name? From the Thunder,
Chet.
Chet Holmgren.
Chet.
Like another one out for the whole season. I don't know. It's just top picks don't excite me like they used to, especially when I know that what we need specifically is a playmaker, and you typically don't get guys who come out of college as amazing playmakers.
I am tired.
I am too. That game drained me.
I am mentally exhausted, but fuck it, bro. We won.
Yeah, I'm happy, but I'm tired.
I am. Yeah.
It's like a good workout. It's like, whew, that was something, and it's over now. I did it.
Damn.
I want to go to bed now.
We up 3-0. We're up 3-0.
Yeah.
God damn it.
We did it.
We.
Goodbye. It's like no celebration. It's just like, all right.
All right. Next game. All right.
See you later.
Tomorrow. All right, bro. This. Oh, bro. Yeah, it's reps.
Yeah, this game drained me. So real quick,
I'm losing my voice.
there are what 2 more games tonight?
Yeah, I'm watching one. It's no, it's one. No, yeah, it's 2 more. No.
Sacramento.
They're playing at the. This is that dumb shit. NBA, stop doing dumb shit, bro. Why would you have Clippers, Suns 7:00 and then have? Wait, is it 7:00? Because the Clippers are playing right now.
They started at the same time.
Yeah, bro, that shit is stupid.
Yeah.
And the Clippers literally have no Kawhi, and they're up right now.
What?
Yeah, he sprained his knee.
Why is Kawhi out?
He sprained his knee.
Oh my god!
And
this
I think
motherfucker cannot stay healthy.
I think it was the same knee that he had the surgery on. That's probably the only.
And
reason
Paul
why.
George is out. Like, how the fuck? Like, the Clippers are literally getting by on heart alone.
Listen. I swear to God, if the Clippers win this game tonight, and it's because of Westbrook, I don't want to hear no more shit. I don't want
I
to
don't
hear
either.
no more shit, bro. Ever. Like he literally right now, the score is 14-20 in the first quarter, just under 4 minutes. Westbrook has 6, 5, and 2. He's ending with a triple double. Just off that
Yeah.
alone. Win, lose, or draw, he's he's getting the stats.
And I think I'm not looking at the score directly, but the Warriors are up right now, right?
The Warriors. I was just watching that game. I was like legit watching that, and then I kind of clicked off of it. Yes, they are. The Warriors
Yeah.
are up 39 to 32.
See, that was the main reason why I definitely didn't. Even when the Kings went up 2-0, I was like, it's not a sweep. Because the Warriors are way better at home than they are on the road.
But what?
They were the worst road team in the league this year.
Yeah, what I will say is the Kings are the third best road team in the league. So
But still, but home records, like no matter how good of a road team you are, it's always harder to win on the road.
I mean, it's also gonna be
So
hard for them because they dropped two. It's not like they going back 1-1. Like the pressure is on them.
yeah,
It's not on the Kings.
exactly. But
And
to have two straight home games is good for them.
crazy
And
because
on top of that, if they can win this game and then next game they get Draymond back,
Draymond's not
and
even.
then
I
they
forgot. Shit,
yeah, and then next game they get Draymond back, that's also a huge confidence boost. And they could be going back to Sacramento 2-2.
they could. But like literally, I watched both game one and game two, and like I've never gotten goosebumps watching another fucking team before in my life. Like watching
Yeah.
some shit, and like bro, like I picked the Warriors to win in six, and obviously I can't go back on it. Once you made your pick, you got to stay with your pick.
Yeah.
I don't believe in going back into shit. But like, bro, I literally got goosebumps when they won. Like it was like a good feeling.
Yeah.
And like they have a good like if they everything is clicking, they are the third seed. But like it seems like they're going to go in that unlikely run that we have seen the Hawks go on, that we've seen the Mavericks go on. That unlikely run. It seems like it just I just feel like they are. Um, and even though
Well,
that's
I wouldn't even call it unlikely at this point because Ja is out. If the Grizzlies, because the Grizzlies are still good without Ja,
mhm,
so
even the series.
there's still obviously a possibility that they make it past the Lakers even without Ja. But making it past the Kings without Ja, I don't really see that happening. So I wouldn't even call it an unlikely run anymore. I think it's actually pretty likely that the Kings make it to the Western Conference Finals at the very least.
And this is the thing, bro. I think the Western Conference Finals. I think this will be a dope ass Western Conference Finals. The Kings versus the Nuggets because you got two playmaking centers. You got Darren Fox, elite. Darren Fox,
Hmm.
bro. He's putting on a show, bro. He's like putting on a fucking show. Darren Fox versus Jamal Murray. Playoff Darren Fox is a thing now. It's a thing now. It's a fucking thing now.
Yeah.
Darren Fox versus Jamal Murray. You got Kevin Herter and I guess Harrison Barnes to a degree versus MPJ. Their bench is good too. Like it's just a lot of factors, man. We got Bruce Brown on one side, you got Davion Mitchell on the other side. It's a very good matchup.
Yeah.
And like in a couple months, if the Kings are in the finals, bro, I would be surprised. But like it's one of those like, yeah, like fuck, like it might
The
happen.
only thing the only thing uh that I'll say is that this kind of feels like I'm trying to think of the year. I can't really think of the year. But there was another year in the past where you could kind of tell like whoever came out of a particular conference was probably going to win
I think it's gonna be
the
East.
championship. Yeah, I feel like whoever comes out of the Eastern Conference is probably going to win the championship because between Philly, Milwaukee, like those are the three best records in the league. I know Denver was number one in the West, but in terms of record, they were actually worse than Philly. So they would
We
have
were
been
2 games,
fourth
yeah.
in the East.
We were 2 games ahead of them.
So so like no matter who comes out of the West, I feel like whoever comes out of the East is winning the championship. Because yes, Kings Nuggets might be a good series, but at the end of the day, Kings versus Bucks, especially if Giannis comes back, like the Kings aren't winning that.
All right.
I'm sorry.
I feel like we talked enough. You do have to go to work early as fuck in the morning. So
Yeah, I do.
before we wrap it up, NBA awards did drop. Mike Brown, Coach of the Year, deserves that shit. Jaren Jackson Jr., Defensive Player of the Year. You know, fake that shit. You know what I mean? They said they did an investigation. They said all the blocks were there, so he got it. Darren Fox, Clutch Player of the Year, deserves that shit. First ever inaugural Clutch Player of the Year. Darren Fox deserved that shit. Sixth Man of the Year just went to Malcolm Brogdon of the Celtics. I just felt like mentioning that because they are awards. And all of them were like they had dates. I didn't know that they had dates that they were being announced. But the only one that was not announced with a date was the MVP, which is kind of, I guess they didn't want to give it away because
I mean, I guess if you're not gonna do the award ceremony anymore, like you have to give people some type of incentive to keep up with all the other NBA news and like the game kind of stuff because they're announcing it during games. So I don't know. I guess it's just
and
like
that's
another way to kind of just raise the viewers.
and that's the reason I think they haven't given out um, the date because you could line up the date with who's playing that day. Like if
Yeah.
Joel's playing on when there's dates lines up and he's home, you might go, well, he probably got it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So like giving no date for this makes sense, but for what's being said, bro, it should be Joel's, bro. That moment, bro. That moment when he
Well,
receives that
I
shit.
mean, at the same time, but now that you mention that, if you're worried about that, if the NBA is worried about that, then just announce them all on one day.
Yeah, bro. Cause like we already, bro. The fucking series is over, bro. Joel might not
I'm
get to receive his MVP.
honestly, me personally, I feel like MVP because there's always a few days in between the end of the regular season and the first day of the playoffs. All the awards should be announced the day before the playoffs or
Yes, because
the morning of the
regular
first playoff game.
they're regular season awards, bro. Why the fuck are we announcing them in the playoffs?
Right.
And
Especially when we now have playoff awards.
now think about this. Think about this. If we sweep the fucking Nets, Joel Embiid is not gonna be able to receive his awards to Game 3 in the fucking Celtic series.
Yep.
That's corny as fuck, bro. Unless they're gonna give him a moment, like they're actually gonna go back to how it used to be when like you're in the room with a team and you're giving your acceptance speech. Unless they're gonna do that, that's fucking corny, bro. I don't want to see him on a fucking Zoom interview with fucking the TNT guys. Like, no, bro, this is the fucking MVP, bro. Don't devalue the fucking award, bro.
Yeah, exactly. It's stupid. It's stupid.
Yeah, that's fucking.
And the speech was so good. Like I love that part of it.
I just, yeah, that just annoys me. It just annoys me, bro. Like, why are we doing this, bro? Because then we have the fucking
But
award show.
on another note, Joel now has an opportunity to win 3 straight MVPs.
It does. Yes.
Because if he is in fact the regular season MVP, he can now add to that
Nuggets fans gonna hate that.
Eastern Conference
The MVP,
Championship,
and
Eastern
then Finals
Conference
MVP?
Championship MVP, and then Finals MVP.
Can you imagine that, bro? Yo, the Sixers, if they do this, please do this. I feel like we have to, because if they do this and they show a picture of him with all his MVPs, and they go 3 straight MVPs, Nuggets fans, or like do some like little subliminal shot. Like, that shit would be cool as hell. That would be cool as hell.
And
bro.
and not only that, but I feel like everybody's always worried about like voter fatigue and like recency bias and all these other things. They didn't want to give Giannis 3 in a row. Then Jokic gets two. It's like, oh, we can't give Jokic 3 in a row. I feel like them having like Giannis having back to back MVPs, Jokic having back to back MVPs. If Joel gets the league MVP and then Finals MVP and Eastern Conference MVP, I feel like that gets it to a point where he doesn't feel like he even has to try and go for MVP again next year.
This, if we win a championship this year, I want Joel Embiid to take the Kawhi route. Just take the Kawhi route, bro. Fucking.
What you mean?
I'm take the Kawhi route in the sense that regular season does not matter no more.
Oh
we're
yeah.
all about the next one. Like if we win a chip, you don't gotta prove yours, because like that's the thing. If Joel Embiid constantly, I feel like this, but I feel like Joel Embiid feels like he constantly has to prove himself. He constantly have to outdo himself the previous year just to get the attention. If Joel Embiid wins the championship, I feel like that's a huge weight lifted off his shoulders, because even if like shit falls apart or anything of that nature, you want a team that you won a championship with the team that you were drafted by. Yeah. Like, how many players can really say that, bro? I want a team. I like do all the bullshit.
Not only that, like, you won a championship on a team that you were drafted by before 10 years.
Right.
Because Joel Embiid didn't play his first game until 2016.
Because I feel like this is when he's going to get all the positive media. Where, like, people talk about how Giannis' story is crazy, how Nikola Jokic's story is crazy. Joel Embiid sat out the first 2 years of his career. Not because he was mad of what his teammates said at a post-game conference. Okay? Because he was hurt. Because he was hurt.
Not only that, but you can even take it further back than that. This man played basketball
15.
For the first time 15. At 15.
15, bro.
Like, played organized basketball for the first time at 15. Manages to make it to the NBA. Gets drafted 3rd overall. Misses his first 2 seasons. Only plays 34 games in his first season. In his first actual season.
31.
And then eventually becomes a 2-time scoring leader, an NBA champion, and league MVP. And finals MVP.
When he was
in Eastern Conference MVP.
I want them to bring up all that shit. Because, like, it seems like people forgot. It seems like people forgot.
And not only that, but in the process of the 2, like in the 2 years that he sat out, he lost his brother.
Lost his fucking brother, bro. Lost his brother, bro. I just want to see Joel Embiid on one of those little float things going down Broad Street.
Yep.
With like Arthur on his fucking neck.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Arthur throwing beads into the fucking crowd. Like,
whoa,
I need
it's
that.
not Mardi Gras, bro.
No, that's what they were doing.
Who?
The Cavaliers were doing that when they won the championship.
That's weird.
They were throwing beads. And I remember, I don't know why, this is one of the weird fucking things about Marquise. I remember, like, specific things that don't matter at any point in life.
Well, but I mean, like, that's a weird thing to do at a championship parade. Like, it's not Mardi Gras. I would expect people to be throwing, like, T-shirts or something like that.
Nah, bro, throw beads. Embiid, bro.
Weird.
Embiid. Throw Embiids with beads with Embiid's face on it.
Okay.
I just marked that. Sixers, work with me. Sixers.
Sponsor us.
Sponsor us, please.
Oh, wait, but if they sponsor us, well, we won't be able to, like,
we can't say
anything bad about them. Yeah.
Actually, don't like us, like fuck with us, but like don't like touch, like, you know, like
don't give us money.
Don't give us money because we're gonna take it. don't
make us sell out because we will.
Don't make us do that. We will.
We don't want to sell out, but we will.
We will do it in a heartbeat. We won't think about it. You go, here's money. We go, yes.
All right, so look, this is completely unrelated to basketball as a whole, but did you see there's like 4 guys who have their own podcast, and it's not about basketball or anything like that. But when we said, like, we don't want to sell out, but we will for the right amount of money, It reminded me. They posted a clip of like their podcast where the dude was doing like what if scenarios, and he asked one of the guys. He was like, "Okay, for $100 million," and before he finished the sentence, the other guy was like,
Yes.
"I'm sucking it." He was like, "I'm sucking it." He was like, "God, I didn't even finish the question." He
Go
was like,
have
"I'm
it.
sucking it. I don't
Do it.
care."
I'm fucking
And
doing it.
he was like, "I'm sucking it." He's like, "Bro, I wasn't even gonna." Like, damn, can I finish the question?
Bro
He was like, "I'm sorry."
he expected the worst and it was like,
Yeah,
bro, I'll just do it. I just fucking do it.
yeah. Somebody, and then somebody else was like, "I ain't even gonna lie. I'm not mad at you for that, bro."
Bro, like for real, it's a one time thing. Get it over
Yeah.
with. Rich.
And
Like
you're
it's a,
$100 million richer.
right. Is that my question would be like my answer would be like, is that before or after taxes? I just matter of fact, fuck it.
Yeah.
Let my financial advisor know. Shit. Like,
He was like, here's the question: for $100 million, Shaquille O'Neal. He was like, "I'm sucking it." He was like, "I didn't even finish the question." He's like, "That's not even what I was about to ask." He said that man feared the worst and said,
it's fuck it.
"Yeah,
Yeah. On that note, I think we should wrap this shit up.
yeah, let's wrap it up because I'm sleepy now. I'm just saying
I
anything."
am too. I
All
have
right,
to set all this shit up before tomorrow. So, yeah. Don't yawn, Sean. They can't hear you. That's bad podcasting. When you yawn,
sorry,
you have to
sorry, I
yell
yawned.
yawn. Okay?
Oh, really? Well,
Yeah.
how do I yell yawn if I'm yawning?
You could do it.
I don't. I don't think I can. Either way, I can't try it now. But anyway, thank you for listening to the Untitled Hoops podcast. Make sure to tune in next week for another episode. If you want to see the older episodes, you can check them out here on YouTube if that's what you're watching on, or on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or Spotify.
Google Podcast is a
Or
thing. That's kind of crazy. No, their YouTube podcast is a thing now.
yes, yes, it is. Or you can check out older episodes of this podcast and all of the other podcasts on our network on our website at blackflagent.online. You can also check out the merch that's up there. Get yourself some t-shirts, some sweatshirts, some hats, some cool stuff. You can also follow us on social media. We are on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at the Lowlights Network. Marquise, do you have anything else to say? That seems like a no. All right. Well, good night, everybody. We'll see you later.